Welcome back, all our 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ.
And I'm Lane.
And we are here with Tim's Nation, bringing another Warhammer 40K battle report. Today, it's class and style with gas and...
What?
I'm playing all characters. Lane's bringing all
I don't know why you're all classy and stylish with all your characters.
Because my list has character.
We're just a bunch of guys in tanks. So we don't really, I guess we're not classy.
And I actually had to stop for a minute when Lane was showing me his list and see. I still do have more units than him, 19 to 17. So I do have 2 more units than Lane. He has significantly more models. So a couple things seen in the comments section as far as this list goes. This list for me is, again, the quest to get a GT list. And I feel like I'm going to be drawing a small chapter to a close with the Necrons. We're going to close it out with a list that I played a while ago, started having some odd success with this list, and want to give it another try. What once was a meme has turned really mean.
The meanest of memes. All right.
Characters, 19 units, 21 models. And when I start playing and using them different things, I'll talk about how they interact more. But it's definitely has some interesting components on it. So it definitely has legs. Things like the score packs, 80 points. They hit like trucks. Mm-hmm. And when you start looking at other units and kind of compare the abilities and stuff, it's pretty comparable to some other units that are in their same weight class and job role too.
Yeah, Necron characters are always harder to kill than they should be, and they always hit harder than they should. Compared to Space Marine characters that just don't really do much damage. They mostly just buff. Occasionally, they have a captain that can punch pretty hard, but no, they just don't do as much work. But a lot of these characters genuinely hit hard and are more durable than they should be.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm basing it on. And then also the fact of just messing with people's numbers when they're trying to take stuff down and shoot at different things. Now, a couple comments in the comments section were suggesting that different issues that I may have. And one of the things that wasn't brought up was massive amount of tanks. And this kind of goes into that realm of the horde matchup, because while it's not a horde of a lot of models you're sending at me, it's a horde of tanks.
A lot of tanks. Yeah. So we're debuting the Imperial Guard. I guess if you're young, it's the Astra Militarum. But I started playing in the 90s, so they're the Imperial Guard. Right. And I even have some old metal models in here to make me feel at home. But yeah, we're running the Imperial Guard. Got 12 vehicles, so 5 Leman Russes, a couple Hellhounds, some Chimeras, a couple Walkers, and a few guys on foot, but mostly just tanks doing the Hammer of the Emperor. This is only the second time I've ever played this army, let alone this detachment, but just this army. So definitely correct me whenever I make mistakes. Let me know, where I could be doing things better, that sort of thing. It's all very new to me. So we're just giving it a try out. I found this would be a good place to try it out, and just a bunch of dirty Necron characters.
And it will be a tough test for the Necron characters, because while I do have some heavy damage output, some of it's one shot off the Tachyon arrows, which means that then that high damage is going to start getting limited. And the Silent King, his minutes are going to get numbered real fast, especially when you combine the fact of, 17 tanks you said? So 1,700 killer missiles?
No, there's 12 vehicles, tanks. And everyone has 100 killer missiles. Units, so at least I'll get one decent shot.
Yeah, so there's that. All right, let's see what these actual armies look like. Lane, start us off with the Guard.
All right, if you want to know more details about the data sheets, detachments, special rules, enhancements, and how we plan to use everything, please check out our individual army videos where we go through that in detail. For right now, here's a quick rundown. I've got 1,995 points of Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum, in the Hammer of the Emperor detachment. For characters, I do have Gaunt's Ghosts. I have 2 Leman Russ commanders that are going to have the Demolisher battle cannons. One of them has the enhancement Calm Under Fire, where we can give out the extra orders. We've got 2 squads of Catachan jungle fighters. I'm using my old metal Steel Legion Armageddon models, but they are being played as Catachans. 3 Chimeras, all of them equipped with flamers, heavy flamers on the turret and on the front. We've got 2 Hellhounds with the Inferno cannons. I have 1 Leman Russ battle tank with its Leman Russ battle cannon, then 2 Leman Russ exterminators. I have 1 3-man of Ogrins with their Ripper guns, 1 5-man of Ratlings to go out and do Ratling stuff, and then 2 Scout Sentinels equipped with las cannons. DJ, what are you bringing today?
So today, for this all-character build, we are playing the Awakened Dynasty because of the one stratagem, 1 command point, resurrect an infantry character, and put them at half wounds after they fall. So in this list, we will have 3 Plasmancers, 3 Overlords with Tachyon arrows, a Luminar Xeris, 2 Hexmark Destroyers. 1 Hexmark is going to have the Veil of Darkness. Oh, and 1 Plasmancer has the +1 to hit aura for 6 inches. 2 Locust Lords with Nano Scarab Caskets. 3 Scorpack Lords, 1 with the 4-up Feel No Pain. 2 Psychomancers, the Silent King, and 2 Catacomb Command Barges. Now, one thing I did mention in mine, whoever watched the actual list breakdown and what I'm doing with everything, I went back and watched my videos before when I played this list, and I gave myself some really good advice. So I decided to take my own advice on this one, and I switched the Catacombs over to full shooting. So we're going to have Tesla and Staff of Lights on these things. I started just looking at like where everything was getting positioned, and that was one of the things I was talking about in my video before was I have a lot of stuff on the front line. Catacombs aren't one of them. So I don't see that combat coming into as much of an effect where shooting is going to be a little better. I want them to be able to hit something with a Resurrection Orb and just kind of be like, heal. Just do that special heal for D6 would be real nice. So, oh boy, you got a lot of tanks.
We brought some tanks today. Yep, like I said, just a bunch of tanks. Tanks. So, not really, again, I'm not really familiar with the army very much. This is only the second time I played it. So I figure I'm probably just going to be tank shocking every turn to try and just pick up a character here and there. That's the big strategy, guys. Tank shock. Tank shock
for the win. So one thing I've been kind of wondering now with is the Psychomancer. Takes a unit within 18 inches, makes them take a battle shock. So he kind of like just scares them from behind a wall. I'm just wondering how the actual interaction of that happens. Like, so for your tanks, do I just randomly like send you a crappy YouTube video?
I guess just a little,
just one of those jump scare things where you see like, oh look, it's a field, and then something jumps out at you.
Yeah, just a little oogie boogie from behind the wall.
Hit them with a jump scare. They're like, wait, what's going on? Boom. Then they stop. Whole tank freaks out for a minute. Yeah. All right, Lane, odd or even?
Even.
And it is odd. So I don't have any infiltrators, so I will let you deploy first. Before we get to that section, number 1, Lane, do you have anything that can scout move?
Yes, I have all sorts of scouts. The Catachans are going to be in Chimeras, and they have a scout move that they give to the Chimeras. And then the 2 Scout Sentinels, they are Scout Sentinels, so they do scout 9 inches.
Okay. And part of the reason I pushed this over to you as well, do you have any infiltrators?
I also have infiltrators. The Ratlings, my little darlings, they will be infiltrating, as well as Gaunt's Ghosts.
Excellent. I do not. No stealth, no infiltrate, no scout moves. Everyone's just sitting where they are. I do have a couple Deep Strikers, and as I mentioned, a Hexmark with Veil, so that'll be hopefully good for some secondaries. And yeah, I don't think there's really anything else we need to know right now. Let's just jump over in this game.
Let's do it.
We'll be back after deployment. All right, we are deployed. Lane, talk to everyone about what we are doing here today.
We are playing the glorious game of Warhammer 40,000. Our deployment today is Hammer and Anvil, and the Hammer of the Emperor is lined up on the line, ready to go forward and do some hammering. Our primary mission today is just take and hold. It's 5 points for each objective we control, up to 15 per turn, basic Warhammer. And then our mission to rule today is prepared positions. So battle line units can go to ground or use a heroic intervention strats for 0 CP. Yeah,
that's super important to me.
I've got a couple battle line squads, and they'll probably go to ground every chance they get because they have terrible armor.
You know what's battle line in my army?
None of the characters.
Exactly. All right, so for my deployment, any character that you see on top is actually on the bottom, just so you guys can see it. We just put them out on top and makes it easier to move as well. So the Scorpack Lord's actually on bottom, 3 inches from Xeris. Why is Xeris out front? Because he has lone op if he's within 3 inches of a Necron unit. Fun Xeris tricks. Xeris is such a great guy, such a fun model, and he's wonderful in this list with his super durability, so we keep him out up in front. Plasmancer's over here, and just so everyone knows, these little walls, even though they're a bit shorter, we are treating them as 5 inches tall. So when everyone sees Lane move up and go, why didn't you shoot the Plasmancers? That's why. We got an Overlord hanging out over here that can go to center, can fall back. Our other Overlords over here, 3 Overlords back here. We're kind of just scattered all over the place. Majority is right here next to the King. But then we do have some other stuff here. If Lane pushes over to the right, these guys might be able to get in their flank and mess some stuff up. All right. Oh, and 2 Hexmarks of Deep Strike. Lane, what are you doing?
Most importantly, the littlest babies here, our ratlings, are infiltrating here and on this objective, ready to do objective things. Likewise, on the other side of the table, God's ghosts, who do have infiltrate and lone op, are over there, ready to go do objective type things. Then, yeah, we're just on the line, guys. We're ready to go. It's so hard to hide and take cover, but we're kind of packed on the line here, ready to move forward. As you can see, we have a tank, and tank.
I think biggest just point to the big boys. Where are the big boys hanging out right now?
Oh, they're all big boys. We've got a Lehman Russ Exterminator, a Lehman Russ Battle Cannon, standard Lehman Russ. We got a Lehman Russ tank character with the Demolisher Cannon, another Exterminator, and another Demolisher Cannon character over there.
Yeah, I think those are the big ones. So, all right. So, Lane, in this matchup, do you want to go first or second?
I could probably do either.
Oh, you know what? There's one problem. It's hard to roll a dice if you don't have a dice. And I won't roll one of your Imperium dice. We're not doing that. So I really, part of me thinks I want to go first so I can set the scoreboard tempo and try to maintain that late into the game. So, all right, let's let the dice decide.
Let me try again. There we go.
Oh, and it looks like I will be going second. Lane, you got a couple of scout moves?
No, lots of scouting.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? Just go forward? Is it kind of going to be the plan?
Yeah, that's where the action is, forward.
All right. Well, then we'll just tie the scout move into the movement phase, so you'll see why Lane's much further along. And it's time to play the game.
All right, friends. So I have decided to take Assassinate. Surprise, surprise. And I'm taking Cleanse. So we just kind of pushed everything forward. The only action we had this turn is that the Ratling stepped out, shot at this guy over here, failed to even score a wound, and then, of course, moved back after shooting to do their thing. This Chimera is cleansing. We've got Gaunt's Ghost cleansing over there. Everybody just kind of pushed forward. Everything auto-advance is 6, so we had plenty of ability to move forward. So that's it. That was my turn. Nothing too exciting. I didn't spend an ACP yet, so on to DJ.
So this turn, card's not too great. I got Engage and Recover Assets. I spent a command point to get rid of Recover Assets and go into Overwhelming Force. So we're going to try and do some damage over here. We moved, Lane didn't really give us a lot because everything's kind of hiding. You know, these guys are kind of out of line of sight, behind walls. Got to be within 12 to hit them. Hiding. So primary focus is going to be going over here and see what type of damage we can do. Realistically, the only things that are kind of doing anything this round are going to be the Plasmancers. They're going to try and tear open this Chimera so that then Xeris can just charge in here into Gaunt's Ghost for the objective take and hopefully maybe give us some overwhelming force points on that note. So, all right, that's what we're looking at. Let's do some shooting. So shooting-wise, Plasmancers did really good. They dropped the Chimera down to like 3 wounds or 5. I think they dropped them down to 5.
Down to 3.
They dropped them down to 3. And then, and then King went artillery into them. He didn't do anything. Otherwise, we didn't really have any other shooting to go into the Chimera, so we had to charge it with Xeris. And Xeris punched it in its stupid face, blowing it up quite significantly. The Lehman Russ took some damage, the Chimera took damage, the Sentinel took damage, these guys took damage, Xeris took damage. Xeris took 1 hit from Overwatch, 1 hit from the tank exploding, and sadly, one of the guardsmen poked him in the eye. So we did pop the Catacomb. He's within 6 inches of him. I know it looks long. It is long from the beam. That little piece right there. And he popped, gave him did his once per game D6 plus D6. And so, yeah, got a couple extra wounds. All right, kick it over to Lane and his turn, see how he responds back. Oh, I did forget to mention, I did actually get 6 on secondaries because Xeris broke the line for Engage on all fronts, and we destroyed a unit for Overwhelming Force, so we get 6 points there.
Nope. 5.
5? Oh, I only got 5? Oh, 2 for Baby Engage.
2 for Baby Engage, yeah.
Okay, so, but hey, Xeris scoring points and didn't even know how. So that was happy. It went from, oh man, these secondaries are terrible, to hold 5 points out of it. All right, now it's Lane's turn.
So I am still on Assassinate and Cleanse. Those are the objectives for the rest of my game. So we moved this Hellhound forward to be within 18 inches to put some flames on him, and then give the rest of the guys here an ability to ignore cover. They're going to shoot at him as well. Then I moved this tank commander back. He did give the +1 to hit to this tank and to this one, to this tank, and to this one, because he has the enhancement that lets him give out an order twice. So he gave them both +1 to hit. And then I spent a CP to advance and shoot with this guy. So he advanced up there. This exterminator is going to try and shoot at some of these guys, see how durable they are. The Sentinel is touching the objective. He's going to cleanse, but his ability to give us reroll once to hit something is not based on him shooting. So he can give us rerolls once to hit into Xeris. And then this Chimera and this Leman Russ will be shooting at Xeris. So we'll see if maybe we can do some work to him. All right, that's the movement. Let's do a little blasting. So not a lot done in the shooting. Did chip through and pick up the Catacomb Command Barge. Did zip-zap 2 of these guys. They got this guy down to 2. The last cannon wounded him, but I rolled a 1 of the damage. And then Xeris, just not able to do anything to him. 4 up invulns and 5 up feel no pains. He's down to 3 wounds.
4 up feel no pain.
4 up feel no pain. I'm sorry, I forgot how stupid durable he is. So it didn't do enough damage to him. Of course, he's going to heal and DJ's command phase. But we did cleanse on 2 because we have the Sentinel cleansing here, and then we had the Sentinel cleansing here, and we did get our first assassinate for picking up the character. So on to, actually we get 3 for assassinates. We got 12 there because we picked up 3 characters. On to DJ's turn.
Behind enemy lines and bring it down are the names of this turn. So are the cards for this turn. So we are moving up. Lane's put his Demolisher. He's got Hellhound. He's got another Leman Russ, Sentinel, some Guardsmen, all these things over here. So we're going to go fight this first. So we moved up the Catacomb to do some shooting. Oh, first and foremost, we used our Psychomancer to smack these Guardsmen, make them take a battle shock. They failed, so we were able to get a 10 on primary because Xeris was able to take this objective with his OC3. And then as everyone else, they didn't really move. I didn't want to get Xeris Overwatch. I don't really have a reason to move him because I just want to clear everything right here. Yes, this Leman Russ is juicy, and I would like to beat that thing up and hit it, but I don't feel like right now is the best time for it. I want to focus on these things in here. So he moved up. He could hit the Gaunt's Ghosts, or he could shoot at these guys. Silent King is up in position. He's got range and line of sight onto this Hellhound at center. That doesn't have 1 wound remaining. That's actually its missiles, because Lane's got a few missiles left after blasting me last turn. These 2 guys moved up so they can charge the Exterminator if the Exterminator remains. All 3 Overlords are coming out, and they're going to put a Tachyon Arrow right there at that Leman Russ battle tank. And then this guy got shot down, but the strat says whenever a character is destroyed. So even though he got shot down in the Overwatch, I spent the command point and brought him back up with 2 wounds remaining. And and these Scorpex got out there so we can start getting crazy with later on. They did have to advance, so they're not going to be trying to charge this turn, but there is one last thing I'll let you guys enjoy with me. At the end of the phase, the end of the movement phase, he's going to use his Res Orb on Xeris because we're just going to make this a little bit more annoying with him since he's got 5 wounds left, and he's going to get
1. Oh, I feel so bad.
Oh, man, so do I. I can't even use a CP to reroll that. All right, well, now let's do some shooting and see if I can pick up some of these tanks. So shooting-wise, we did a bit of damage, but didn't quite finish some stuff off. So we're going to still have to do some more work to get some break it down points. 2 out of 3 of the Tachyon arrows were able to hit home. 1 did 8 damage, and 1 did 3. So he's down to 2 wounds, so that's a positive. At least he's hurting pretty bad. Then over here, we got this one is just down to 9. Only real damage that went into him was from the Plasmancer over here. He put some hurt on him. And then Xeris is still trying to pick up these ghosts in the shooting. And then he's probably actually going to charge the Sentinel to try to see if we can't finish it off. It's got 4 wounds left. Scorpec and the Catacomb went into the Guardsmen, picked a couple of them up. And the Silent King, he was the only one to take out a vehicle so far this turn by picking up that Hellhound that was on the middle. So now we're going to do some charges and see what we can have happen here. So I think I'm going to try to charge the Scorpec Lord over into this tank to open up some room to charge the Silent King into the Guardsman and just kind of get him a little bit of an extra move boost to get over there to the Guardsman. I think that's going to be kind of what we try to do. So, all right, let's do some charging. Well, that charge was dismal. I mean, we're still doing what we need to do, and that's the most important thing, which is take out some vehicles. So we at least got the 4. I'm bringing it down. Xeris was able to take out the Sentinel, and he did it in such a fashion that it also blew up, doing 1 mortal wound to everyone around. Xeris just shrugged it off and said, nah, I'm the one who did the damage. I'm not taking it. Otherwise, these guys both swung and a miss. I was kind of hoping to just chip away a little more damage on them because then I would have gotten full rerolls to hit and wound if it was below half strength. But nope, that didn't happen. And then the Scorpec Lord failed. Spent a command point on the reroll, failed. And then Xeris failed even worse. He was 1 inch off. Xeris was like a mile off. So, well, that's going to be it for my turn. We did get 7 on secondaries, which is nice. And let's kick it over to Lane and his turn.
Still trying to assassinate and still trying to cleanse, although cleansing is more important now than assassinating because we're already at 16. So this Lehman Russ tank commander backed up and got within 12, so I can shoot the hex mark. And then we just kind of scooched up here so we can shoot a few shots at these guys. Hopefully kill this one. This one will probably just charge with the Chimera to time up so he can't fall back onto this objective. I got my guardsmen here going to do some cleansing. These guys are going to do a little shooting, then scooch back and hide as well. Just got the Bulgrin out here to do some shooting. Moved everybody on here. It's got to hold objectives, trying to score some primary here. And then this guy failed his battle shock, so we're not going to fall back or anything. He's just going to try and blast into these guys right in front of him. And the Hellhound can put some heat on Xeris, and
Pun
then
intended.
and then and then this Lehman Russ will be able to shoot him. Yeah. So that's that. We're gonna do a little shoot.
Oh, what about him back here? Did you mention about backing up?
I sure did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you Overwatch me? Oh no, I gotta bring these guys.
Not.
I forgot. I gotta bring these guys in. So let me bring them in. Okay, lots of fun shooting at Necrons. We did manage to kill. So by some miracle, Gaunt's Ghost with the autocannon, we're able to pick up a Psychomancer was here. We did do enough shooting from 3 tanks to pick up one of these guys, though DJ spent the CP to resurrect him. This tank did shoot the Hexmark Destroyer and pick him up, so that's neat. But that's where it ended. These guys just shot a bunch of tanks into them, did no functional damage. Shot a bunch of tanks into Xeris, did no functional damage. Shot into these guys, did no functional damage. DJ just made a lot of 4-ups and feel no pains on things. So it's good that I killed a couple characters, but all of these powerful characters are here, and I'm just going to continue to go unabated. They're going to keep destroying me, so hopefully I can just keep scoring in the meantime. So I did finally, I capped out Assassinate, though. That's
did you want to charge my Scorpec Lord over
here? Yeah, we're going to charge here just to tie up this Scorpec. So here we go, charging. We make it with a 10. Boop. And then that will tie up him. So that's it. We're going to fight there, and then it'll be DJ's turn.
So before we jump into my turn, Lane did forget about this. We do have an ongoing combat over here. Since he's below half strength, the Locust Lord got reroll hits and wounds and picked him up over here. And then with a Scorpec over here, he was able to smack back for 6 damage onto the Chimera. Now we're going to start the Necron turn. All right, so we're looking at no prisoners and sabotage. So sabotage, it's going to be a Plas Lancer. He just makes it out of the deployment zone, so he's just going to do it for the small part of it. And otherwise, we are going to unload. It's time to do some damage. So from right to left, Catacomb and Scorpec Lord moved up. They're going to fight this Demolisher and try and beat it up. Overlord's moved up. They're going to finish off these last couple of Guardsmen and take the objective. Silent King moved up. He's got a couple options for where he's going to put damage. Xeris is going to center now. He's back at 8 wounds on his heal. The one Locust is back at full. The other one is now, it went up to 5, down to 4 because of Overwatch. And they're going to figure out where they're going to charge in a little bit. We'll see. Might go into the Bulligrins. This Scorpec Lord is still stuck in combat with the tank, while the other one that resurrected and went back to full health moved through and is going to try and take out these Guardsmen, or at least most of them. While this Hexmark came in and he's going to go at the ratlings that have been annoying me. So that's what we're looking at. First things first, we got some shooting to do, and then we'll do some fighting. Concluding the shooting phase, over here we did no damage at all from those guys. Kind of expected it. Then in the middle, we got this guy down to 2 wounds, combination of Xeris and the Silent King. Silent King dropped him down to half wounds, which is nice. So now we can try to use the Locust and their reroll ability to kind of maybe pick those guys up. And I don't think we actually destroyed anything right yet. And then over here, oh yeah, we did take out the Ratlings with the Hexmark. And now we're going to charge with the Scorpek Lord. So now it's going to do some whooping and some walloping and see if we can't pick up those things that we started and did some damage to. And there was the turn where we got a lot. We really cleaned up a lot. And all that Lane's got left really is in tank column is some Leman Russes. We did a ton of damage in the combat steps. So Overlords, obviously, they picked up the Guardsmen. No problem there. Catacomb failed his charge. Scorpek Lord came in. He did 1 wound for his, it says 0 on there. Is that
10?
It's 10. Okay. He did 1 off his impact and then just whiffed in the combat over there. So this one still got a high wound count. Then over here, we charged with Xeris, picked up the tank, finished it off in combat, which let us activate Silent King into the Chimera and blow it up, which let us activate the Locust Lord into the Bullygrins, pick them up, which allowed me to activate the Locust Lord into the Sentinel, none of which that any of these 3 charged, but they activated, piled in, and tagged, and were able to pick up the Sentinel. Over here, our Scorpek Lord did pick up the Chimera, blowing it up, taking 3 damage himself, as well as 1 damage over here. And then we picked up most of the squad, leaving just 2 little guardsmen back on that objective. Still enough to hold the objective, but we cleaned most of them up. So we definitely got our 5 on no prisoners, and we're waiting on the sabotage to make sure the Plasmancer survives it out. On to Lane's turn.
All right, so it just continues to go very poorly for me. I moved a Leman Russ over here that had 2 wounds. He passed his Battle Shock. However, free Overwatch here with this guy. He popped the Leman Russ. So I killed the first Leman Russ. This Leman Russ moved up here. That'd be nice if I could shoot this guy, but I think I just need to cleanse, try and score a couple points. This Leman Russ stayed here. This one moved forward, so he can shoot at Xeris and maybe do 1 damage. I don't know. It sounds like I'm getting cranky. It's because I am, guys. So they dropped in. The remaining God's Ghost dropped in to hold my home field objective. And then that's it. We'll just do a little shoot, maybe 2 places, and moving on. So we shot at Xeris, got him down to 1 wound, and shot at this guy and got him down to 1 wound. So couldn't kill anything. Didn't shoot with this guy because we cleansed here. The Guardsman fell back, so he wasn't able to cleanse. So just got the 2 points for cleanse, already capped out on secondary. So that's it. On to DJ's turn.
Looking at containment and defend stronghold for the turn. So we do still have a Psychomancer and an Overlord back here for defend stronghold. We got a big 15 on primary for the turn. This Overlord's going to contain over here. Catacomb moved up to help the Scorpek Lord, who only gained 1 wound back, and Battle Shock too. Xeris did not move for fear of getting overwatched by Big Stupid Tank. And we sat still with all them, and we're just going to pour a bunch of shots into Big Stupid Tank. And hopefully that'll do it to pick up said tank. Hexmark staying still over here to score our second containment. Move both Scorpeks up. The green Scorpek got overwatched, died, and so I had to resurrect him at the end of the movement phase. So he came back. That's his resurrection. So both of the Scorpeks over there have been resurrected. And then we move the Locust up over there to start doing some damage. Hopefully go whooping and a walloping into this tank. So, all right, we got a little bit of shooting to do, and then we'll do some fighting. So shooting-wise, we didn't pick anything up. We got him down to 2. That's where that sat. And then failed to charge with Xeris. Probably should have moved him up after I seen the Overwatch, but it's okay. I don't mind having him back there because he does have that lone op ability if Lane tries to stay away. And then over here, we got this tank down to 3. Returned back and put my Scorpek Lord back on 1 wound. Catacomb didn't really do anything into it, but Scorpek Lord at least got a couple hits home. I think he got 1 damage through with Staff of Light. And then over here, we did not take him down. Got him down to 7 wounds. and that's kind of where it's at. I had to spend a CP to get the Locust Lord in there, and he did not make it in, though. So we had some Scorpec Lords at least ready to fight back with him. Just didn't really do the damage. We will get the 6 on Contain, and we're waiting for Defend Stronghold. And that will about wrap up my turn.
Okay, quick turn here. He shot the Scorpec Lord. The Scorpec Lord was battle shock, so he couldn't resurrect there. This tank commander shot him and killed him. And then the Lehman Russ exterminator here, basically with all of its shooting, only managed to get 1 wound through on this guy, and then they destroyed him in combat. So that's the end of my turn. No cleansing this turn because I wasn't able to do that. And I just have 5 on primaries. So that's the end of my turn 5. On to DJ.
For my last turn, I actually had to pitch out Storm Hostile Objective for a command point, and Call the Horde got pitched because there was no viable target. So I ended up finishing with Area Denial and Secure No Man's Land, which I have pretty easily with the Secure No Man's Land. I have middle, and Area Denial I have the center. So just kind of took a knee on that. The only thing I did do was I brought this Overlord back onto this objective so I can move the Overlord off to go over here and finish off this tank that was just hanging out there and kind of annoying me. And that's about it. I could have shot artillery shots, but I really wanted to say take a knee because it doesn't matter going into that tank. And that's going to be it, giving us a final score. Necrons 99 to an Imperial Guard 84. So characters did pretty well today. The all-character build, we were able to get good coverage, and yeah, we'll see you guys over in the post-game. We'll give you all our thoughts on this matchup, and if this character list has some legs. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.